All right, guys, we're gonna get rolling. We've only got 3 teams open in the last one, so if we can get them picked up here in the chat, we can go ahead and run them. It's gonna be Bucks, Giants, and Ravens. We need picked up for number 4. So let's get that picked up while we're ripping these 5, so we can finish off the case right now. Bucks, Giants, and Ravens. Let me double check, make sure that's it. All that's opening. Yeah, I think that's it. That way I can get shipping all figured out tonight and shipped out tomorrow. Bobby, they are 34 plus 8, 42 total for the last one. Yeah. So if you have any payments outstanding for the rest of the case, go ahead and send them in, and because we're full, we're gonna finish up right now. All right. Good luck, guys. See if we can't pick up the steam here a little bit on the second half. Rashad White, pink. Tampa Bay out of 40. And if you hopped in that Donruss Elite break, that's not going to go before I leave. So I can leave it up and we can run it when I get back. That's fine with me. Jared Goff out of 180. I think, Mark, you're the only person that sent in for that. I can send back if you want me to. And then we can just fill it up this week and I can run it on Sunday when I get back home. Jordan Travis, rookie rising, Jets. Nate Wiggins for the Ravens out of 88. Terrion Arnold, Detroit. Let's go. I want to see a color blast. We've got that other case at Phoenician that we can pull too, so I want to see one of those. I know everybody wants to see a color blast, but Tua Dolphins out of 180. Braylon Allen, contours for the Jets. And Chris Jenkins for the Bengals, pink out of 40. Yeah, I got in-laws coming in tonight to watch the baby. Then I got to go to work tomorrow, and then it's off to New Orleans. Got a flight out of New Orleans Wednesday morning. I'm going to stay the night in New Orleans. Jalen Wright for the Dolphins out of 180. So, like I said, we'll have tons of product to rip when I get back, especially about a week after. Once I'll get all my VIP packs in, golds and silvers, and I'm gonna pick up product while I'm there too. Maybe some repacks or something. Another Jalen Wright pink for the Dolphins. Out of 40. Roma Dunze for Chicago. Insert, and a Devontae Adams for the Jets out of 180. Rome Contours. Max Milton. Cardinals. Trey McBride for the Cardinals, pink, out of 88. Marvin Harrison Jr. Contours for the Cardinals, out of 80. Nice hit, Cardinals. Bobby. Nice hit on the Marvin Harrison. Xavier McKinney for the Packers out of 180. Jonathan Brooks, Panthers out of 180. Alex Highsmith for the Steelers out of 180. We'll have National Treasures football coming up as well. They just sold FOTL today, so I'd imagine release date will be next week for Hobby. We'll see how the pricing falls on that. If the pricing's halfway decent, I'll probably get us a couple boxes, but if they whiff on the pricing, I'll probably wait for it to come down. Caleb Williams, Rookie Rising insert. And a nice Xavier Worthy for the Chiefs out of 88. If it's priced appropriately, it'll be a fun rip. Xavier Worthy, base rookie for the Chiefs. We're finishing the case right now. We're all closed up. So if you got outstanding payments for the rest of the case, please send it in. Tip Ryman out of 180. Cardinals. Tandem Treasures, or Treasured Tandems, Eli Plaxico, and another Devontae Adams pink out of 40 for the Jets. DJ James for the Seahawks. Out of 88. Nice auto for the Panthers, Jonathan Brooks. And a Braylon Allen at a 180 for the Jets. I think that was our second autograph of the case. Treasured Tandems, Jared Goff, Amon-Ra, and Foil Luakon for the Jaguars out of 40. Chris Braswell, Bucks. Foil Luakon at a 180 for the Jaguars. Cade Stover, Rookie Rising, and Geno Stone out of 88 for the Bengals. Will Shipley, Philadelphia at a 180. I thought that was an insert. Jaden Hicks, Rookie Calligraphy for the Chiefs. I thought we might have had one there. Jaden Hicks. And DeAndre Hopkins for the Chiefs. Out of 88. Jacob Cowing and Chris Olave for the Saints out of 180. Jaden Daniels, base rookie, Washington. Couldn't get lucky with the numbered one there. Devin Culp out of 180 for the Bucks. No Jags yet. Nice one for the Raiders. Brock Bowers, Rookie Rising out of 80. And a James Cook for the Bills out of 180. All right, that kills number 3. We're moving on to number 4 now. Like I said, if you have payments outstanding, go ahead and send them in. We're closing the case out. Let me get the last 5 boxes. I'm going to update the list for you, Bobby. Alright, good luck, guys. Let's see if we can't find us a color blast here. Autographs picked up on that last set. Let me go ahead and open all these. Can zoom through them. Sorry, I'm working at like max speed right now. I got like 1,000 different things to do. Alright, good luck, guys. Josh Downs, Colts, out of 180. Justin Simmons for the Falcons, out of 88. Johnny Wilson, rookie rising. Logan Wilson, out of 180 for the Bengals. Jonathan Brooks. Xavier McKinney, pink, out of 40. Ricky Pearsall, rookie rising, pink, out of 80. Jacob Cowing for the 49ers, out of 180. Couple Niners. Rasul Douglas for the Bills, out of 180. A.J. Brown, pink for the Eagles, out of 88. Marshawn Lloyd, Terrion Arnold for Detroit, out of 180. What else? You know, I was really expecting a lot more of the Technically, that star is out of 180. It's an international parallel, but I was expecting a lot more of the golds and pinks. We pulled 2 golds, but I really thought we would pull more than that. Jamari Thrash for the Browns, base rookie. Trayvon Walker, Jacksonville, at a 40. Dallas Turner, rookie rising, and Alex Singleton at a 180 for the Broncos. Come on, give us something to finish strong. Edrin Cooper, Packers, out of 88. Maurice LeFou for the Cowboys, out of 180. Nice little Drake May for the Patriots, contours, and a Luke McCaffrey at a 40 for the Washington Commanders. Will Shipley, base rookie. Bijan Robinson out of 180 Falcons. Blake Corum and a Joe Burrow pink out of 88. I gotta grab some more sleeves. All right, 2 left. Terrion Arnold, pink stars for Detroit out of 8. Lions. Brandon Fisk for the Rams. Thibodeau for the Giants out of 180. I'm not sure, Jeremy. I don't know. I don't know how they fall for international products. They're on the checklist. I just don't know how they fall. Ricky Pearsall, rookie rising, and finally a Jaden Daniels for Washington out of 88. Nice hit, Washington. Chris Braswell. Devontae Walker for the Ravens out of 180. Malachi Corley for the Jets, rookie rising out of 80, and a Bucky Irving for the Bucks out of 40. All right, come on. Best for last, hopefully. Brock Purdy out of 180 for the 49ers. Back from the dead, Anthony Richardson. Colts out of 88. Treasured tandems, John Elway, Terrell Davis, Terry McLaurin out of 180 for Washington. Max Melton. George Karlaftis for the Chiefs out of 40. Drake May, rookie rising, and Jeremiah Trotter Jr. for the Eagles. Felt like a marathon. Let me grab a couple more top loaders. So I'll work to get this shipped out. It'll definitely be out tomorrow, but hopefully I'll get it packaged up tonight. We'll do a quick recap here too. All right, number 4. We'll do number 3 first. All right, number 3, Brock Bowers out of 80. James Cook out of 180, Devin Culp out of 180, Jaden Daniels, Jacob Cowing, Chris Olave out of 180, DeAndre Hopkins out of 88, Jaden Hicks, rookie calligraphy, Chiefs, Will Shipley out of 180, Cade Stover, Geno Stone out of 88, Foyle Luakon out of 180, Chris Braswell, Jared Goff, Foyle Luakon out of 40, Jonathan Brooks autograph, Panthers, Braylon Allen out of 180, DJ James out of 88, Vontae Adams out of 40. Xavier Worthy. Caleb Williams, Xavier Worthy out of 88 for the Chiefs. Alex Highsmith out of 180. Jonathan Brooks out of 180. Xavier McKinney out of 180. Marvin Harrison Jr. out of 80 for the Cardinals. Nice hit, Cardinals. Trey McBride out of 88. Max Melton, Rome. Devontae Adams out of 180. Jalen Wright out of 40. Jalen Wright out of 180. Braylon Allen, Chris Jenkins out of 40. Tua out of 180. Nate Wiggins out of 88. Jared Goff out of 180. Sorry. Rashad White out of 40 for the Bucks. That was number 3. And number 4, Drake May. Jeremiah Trotter Jr. out of 180. George out of 40. Max Melton, John Elway, Terry McLaurin out of 180. Anthony Richardson out of 88. Brock Purdy out of 180. Malachi Corley out of 80. Bucky Irving out of 40. Devontae Walker out of 180. Ricky Pearsall, Jaden Daniels out of 88. Washington. Brandon Fisk, rookie auto, Rams. Thibodeau out of 180. Terrion Arnold, Pink Stars out of 8 for Detroit. Blake Corum, Joe Burrow out of 88. Will Shipley, Bijan out of 180. Drake May. Luke McCaffrey out of 40. LeFou out of 180. Edrin Cooper out of 88. Dallas Turner out of 80. Alex Singleton out of 180. Trayvon Walker out of 40. Jamari Thrash, Marshawn Lloyd, Terrion Arnold out of 180. A.J. Brown out of 88. Rasul Douglas out of 180. Ricky Pearsall out of 80. Jacob Cowing out of 180. Xavier McKinney out of 40. Jonathan Brooks, Johnny Wilson, Logan Wilson out of 180. Justin Simmons out of 88. Josh Downs out of 180. Everything is with 8. Nice Jaden Daniels hit there for Washington. All right, guys. I will work, get this shipped out. Y'all should have it at the end of the week. And I will see y'all next week. I'll keep that Donruss Elite up, and we'll rip it on Sunday when I get back. Other than that, I don't think there's any other football releases this week. I think the week after might have National Treasures. But not many this week. I know there's some basketball stuff, but all right. Appreciate it, guys. Make sure if there's any updated addresses, you send them to me. I think we're all good there, though.